Hey people, Infant here 1v1, Ashes of Typhon, blue side. RiceMuncher is a Hive Tyrant, a very durable hero that walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Powerful disruption and support starts in melee combat with a basic synapse. I shall call it Hugo. And the red side, DarkHero is a force commander. Very good offense, in fact in melee combat can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Some talk there in chat about the meta build at the moment for Tyranids, which is triple Hormogaunts into double Raveners. And good on DarkHero, he's not complaining about it. There's always going to be meta builds, don't complain, just work out how to beat them. You have double scouts into tax. That could be then into devastators, but it might be double tax for the raw capping power and a little bit more mobility and versatility. I don't think we're going to see Assault Marines jumping in on triple Hormogaunts, but you never know because they're useful against the Raveners, eh? So the idea being that shotguns can help contain the Hormogaunts and tax shoot up the Raveners with the Force Commander doing his thing. We won't see any adrenal glands for these guys because they want to spend the power on, I guess, the double Raveners. Did they say they were going to do it? I didn't see the chat there. Force Commander getting some special attacks. He loves special attacking Hormogaunts, loves it. Taking some damage now from Hugo, the Hive Tyrant. Tax grabbing this power, scouts went ahead. Contested VP on the eastern side, and the west has the two naturals. He won't have his battle cry here, but can get some models maybe. Here's a special attack. Runs away. Tax coming through the mid to decap that natural wreck point. Don't see any shotguns. Yep, they're going to get it too. Might get a full cap there. Cap and run. Avoid conflict for the most part. Early game here for DarkHero. It's double tax before we see any power to get shotguns up quickly. Wants that presence in the field. Hive Tyrant's going to grab that contested power mid, which basically never ever sees even noding typically. Oh, they're decapping the natural power too. Double Raveners, triple Hormogaunts can bash power so quickly. Raveners are set to be nerfed, I think, a little bit in 293. Their costs going up slightly, I believe, at the moment. There's the first one on the way. And there's some shotguns for the scouts. Knockback and suppression on the explosive shot. And more here. And I guess maybe a Thunderhammer Force Commander in tier 2, eh? Hive Tyrant chasing some Tactical Marines away from the VP. They did get it though on the western side. He'll tie them up in melee all day long, so might need some scouts to go over there to help get rid of him. Here they come. Special attacks aren't helpful when you're chasing stuff. Trying to bash that now. Force Commander doing some decapping. Doing a good job so far at getting map and avoiding fights. Here are the Raveners. These guys are jump troops of a sort. They burrow strike through the ground to disrupt, and they can also shoot you with their Devourers, get into some melee too. Most likely they'll be kept with their ranged weapon. But can Tax outshoot them? Raveners, I believe, have a bit more DPS. I think it's 18 DPS or something. Where Tactical Marines are like 15.29 or something, or 14.29 is it? But attacks are tougher. And they are heavy infantry, so they have resistance to piercing damage. They should win that firefight with the Raveners, but not double Hormogaunts on you. It's not going to work out so great. And it is the second Ravener brood now for RiceMuncher. Could get a very quick bash here too. Force Commander's getting stuck in, trying to do what he can. Take out a Ravener maybe. Oh, knocks them off the cap. That was pretty good. Are we going to see the adrenal glands now? Or do we go straight tier 2? Here's the bash. Should be sending one squad onto the generator maybe, because as you can see they can't all get into melee. Raveners can just shoot it maybe. And they're on the VP there. West side though, scouts doing their thing. And Tactical Marines meeting the second Ravener brood, who did a little jig there after they burrow striked. Got another decap, did DarkHero, doing a really good job keeping his eye on this map. Not letting the Tyranids run away with it by engaging them how they want to be engaged, which is in a big blob. Tactical Marines didn't drop a model there too. Don't think they have dropped a Tactical Marine model in tier 1 yet. Gonna get a full bash is RiceMuncher. And the decap too, that's pretty good. Can these Hormagaunts get away? One more melee attack will do it. Oh no, they have 2 models. It won't do it. That guy has 5 hit points and gets away. Back to reinforce off the big, disgusting Tyranid thing over here. These tacks be capping all day long. And they're now protected by shotgun scouts with a frag grenade in there. So yeah, bad news for those Hormagaunts to come into melee. Spotted it and backed off. Take the fights you know you can do well in, eh? You guys meant to be capping? Because you're not doing it. Hugo's not going to be happy. Nope, they're just waiting to go mid and do some eating of Tactical Marines. Took so much damage just coming in there, and that was without a shotgun blast. They can now use it on the Raveners. There it is. And more attacks coming in, using their Kraken bolts just for show. The extra 20% damage versus heavy infantry doesn't affect anything on the field at the moment. But it looks nice. It used to be, I think, a very, very long time ago in retail. There was... Oh, these tacks are very low. They're going to be saved by the drop pod here. There we go. That'll reinforce them. Yeah, back in retail, there was talk that Kraken bolts, using Kraken bolts, very slightly reduced the... well, made the firing pattern a bit better, a bit quicker. So you did get a very slight DPS increase. I don't know if that was ever true, or if it was ever fixed, if it was true. But why not use it? Force Commander chases those guys off, almost level 2, this guy. Whereas the Hive Tyrant, a little bit behind in XP. Been a good start, though, for DarkHero. RiceMuncher dropping some Hormagaunts there. We now have Sergeant and shotguns for those scouts, both of them. And a power bash. Important for them to hit back this hard after dropping all the power and getting it decapped. Good little passage of play for DarkHero. Could see a nasty retreat grenade here, or 2 of them. Not sure if they're paying attention to this side. Looks like they are. There's the attempt. I think it's a little bit late. Slightly late. Almost got it though. Only one mod. That was 1 hit point. Hormagaunt got away there. Very unlucky for DarkHero. Oh, Force Commander went down, didn't it? Up here. Maybe caught on retreat by Hormagaunts or something. Did not see adrenal glands for these guys. Which maybe those Tactical Marines that are very close to going down would not have got away if they had adrenal gland Hormagaunts chasing them. No war gear for the Hive Tyrant. Force Commander's down. He's level 2 though. Nothing in tier 2 yet for RiceMuncher. You'd expect a Tyrant Guard here. But I think a Zone Throat might do pretty well for you. Oh, there is a Tyrant Guard. It was called in by the Hive Tyrant's global ability. So, gonna need some plasma or something to help deal with that guy. Which Tactical Marines, of course, can get. Could get double plasma guns. Do a whole bunch of damage to infantry. No warriors to shoot at, of course. But the Tyrant Guard, being super heavy infantry armor, does not like plasma. Does not like melter either. Power bash there from the Raveners. Didn't try to decap it though. Some capillary towers about. 2 gens up for RiceMuncher. And 1 up for DarkHero. Pretty Kraken bolts. Make the Hive Tyrant leave. He did get a decap though. Ravener's getting pretty low. Sneaky scouts coming in from a different angle. Rippers spawned from the capillary tower to tie up the scouts. They do have a small speed debuff on their melee attack as well, I believe. Going to be dealt with here by the shotguns. They are quite difficult to hit, even with small arms fire. But being dealt with. And they're getting a bunch of red. Look, 2 each. And little bits of XP, I assume. 287 to 431. Decent VP lead here for DarkHero. Needs to get that Force Commander back onto his feet though, eh? Would be good. So a Force Commander. Commanding your force. Went down here now, trying to get a... Oh, got a decap on the VP. So that's another 250 rec to get that guy up. Tyrant Guard stomping around in the mid. Hormagaunts dealt with by scouts, and they can maybe get that cap, or they might not have time. Ravener Devourers will destroy scouts pretty fast. We've got some Stern Guard veterans. Hailfire rounds loaded in. They can also help against the Tyrant Guard with their Vengeance rounds. And we do see a Plasma Gun on the way for the Tactical Marines. I don't think that shot hit, did it? It might have. Killed one. Does so much DPS, that guy. Can't stay in melee with the Tyrant Guard very easily. Hellfire doing damage over time to light infantry and heroes. Bad news for these Raveners. Scouts being all sneaky, but they don't have the energy to do a shotgun blast or something. Just getting into melee with them. Capillary Tower up to try and facilitate this cap and flee, but I don't think they're going to make it work here. Shotgun blast into a whole bunch of ranged DPS. Now both Raveners off the field, could push up the west side. Is going to drop the eastern VP to the Tyranids though. Oh, scouts are going over there. Force Commander's back to his feet, that's why I just need him to push up the west side. Not sure where these scouts are going. Looking for sneaky Tyranids. Oh, they're going up there. They did get the cap. 2-1 now for RiceMuncher. Force Commander's going to decap that. Stern Guard going to decap the VP. Probably get it as well because these guys are going east. Anything from the Hive Tyrant? Yes, we do see Crushing Claws. Bad news for everything in DarkHero's army. Got to avoid this guy in melee now at all costs. So you can tie up one Tactical Marine squad with this guy and the other Marines with the Tyrant Guard, and that's really bad news for those guys. Stern Guard, I think you're going to drop one model. Yeah, 21 red for killing a Stern Guard. Not bad. These guys can just go right through and decap that VP. Ravener's looking for a fight though, rather than capping or shooting that Force Commander. Such a great job on map here, DarkHero. Gaunts onto his natural though, and a power bash in effect from RiceMuncher. Crushing Claws, pretty good at smacking power down, it seems. Mr. Tyrant God, are you going to fight? There we go. Maybe. He's looking at it. No. Doesn't want to smack the generator. So that chunk of health that came off the Tyrant Guard then from the Plasma Gun. Stern Guard using their Kraken Bolts, which are good versus enemy heroes. The Hellfire rounds do damage over time, but Kraken Bolts have more raw DPS versus hero. But the Hellfire is still useful for heroes in cover or heroes that are trying to retreat. Tier 3 for RiceMuncher. When are we going to see a Carnifex? Needs some reinforcement and a whole bunch of power first. 250 to 422. Tier 3 also for DarkHero, and we didn't see any war gear for the Force Commander. Force Commander suggests maybe we're going to see him get his Terminator action going. Gets Borrow Striked and knocked over. Has Battle Cry though, right? Well, there's a special attack. Just going to run. Doesn't want to have to repurchase that guy again. Stern Guard now using their Vengeance rounds to shoot at the Tyrant Guard, but he got too close too quickly. And Capillary Tower makes him a bit quicker too. Very slow when out of Synapse. Have they forgotten about these Tactical Marines though? Busy microing these scouts, I think, but has remembered them and they get away. RiceMuncher only slightly ahead in terms of going tier 3, but can they get on the power? It's always really painful when you go tier 3 and instantly get power bashed. Looks like the node's going to go down for sure, thanks to the Tyrant Guard. Maybe even a decap from the Gaunts. There's stuff here. Stern Guard. Don't want to be using Kraken Bolts here. Want to be using Hellfire against the Gaunts, but here comes Hugo, the Hive Tyrant. There's Vengeance rounds again for this guy. And the Plasma Gun's getting attacks in too. Force Commander is getting the Terminator armor. We'll give him a Power Fist and a Storm Bolter with other upgrades available. Teleporter and Suppression Immunity. There he goes. I think it's like 40 odd DPS, that Storm Bolter. It's pretty nasty. Something like that. It's a Warrior Brood for RiceMuncher. I was not expecting that to come out in tier 3. Single Gaunt Brood left. Scouts doing their thing. These guys have been awesome. 227 to 396. Raveners are still around too. Making a push for the east side now is DarkHero. Yeah, Terminator Force Commander can basically solo the 2 Ravener broods now, I imagine. They're only level 2. Taking a lot of damage very, very quickly. Can now go and smack the shield wall Tyrant Guard with a Power Fist too. Not sure what he's doing. He's kind of blob capping here. Scouts hanging out there, ready to chuck a grenade at something, and a warrior brood is up in its default melee state. Not sure what the plan is for those fellas. Maybe a barbed strangler to help control these tactical marines, because they're starting to become leveled up and kind of scary. Stern Guard are still level 1. These guys halfway through level 2. Just going to shoot the power node. Actually bashes relatively quickly, as you can see with the Storm Bolter. Not bad for a single entity using piercing damage. Oh, Warrior Brood get the VP. Is that what you're here for? Capping. RiceMuncher is not far away from a Carnifex. Just needs a bit more requisition. DarkHero. Yeah, Predator tank. I was going to say, are they going to get Terminators or a Predator? Predator, pretty damn effective against all this stuff. Scouts getting spotted. Got just a bit too close to things there. It's a good grenade set up by the shotgun blast. Beautifully done by DarkHero. Got a couple of kills out of it. And I don't... Oh, they dropped one model. One scout fell over. And while that's going on, got a cap there. Stern Guard are going to get caught by the Tyrant Guard, I think. Might need to retreat. And of course the Hive Tyrant on the other squad. Capillary Tower to help out with some speed. Tyrant Guard wasted a lot of time there with the special attack. And is getting Power Fist as well. 85 DPS heavy melee. Doing full damage to the super heavy infantry armor of this fella. Got rid of him. Hormagaunts coming in to help out with adrenal glands. What do we see on this warrior brood? Nothing yet. There's the Predator tank though. Auto cannon on top. Heavy bolters on the side sponsons. Bad news for everything. If you can keep its distance, needs to get away from the crushing claws. Okay, this guy ran off. This guy ran off. We have level 3 scouts. And level 2 scouts. And a flamer. Heavy flamer, sorry. Terminator Force Commander will bash power so quick. As you can see. 178 to 345 on the VPs. VP lead for DarkHero, but a 2-1 for RiceMuncher. Gone for a Swarm Lord. Alrighty, I think it's set to be buffed in 293, the Swarm Lord. They're experimenting with giving it a little bit of splash damage, I think. Maybe adjusting the cost a little bit or something. We'll see. I think it's pretty strong. Especially that Leech Essence, giving it that sustainability. Hive Tyrant, level 3. Trying to get close to that Predator tank. Got one smack in there. But it's doing well, that last cannon, twin linked. Bad news for a Hive Tyrant. Also going to be bad news for the Swarm Lord, but the speed bonuses and stuff will help. I assume a Venom Brood that's going to come up afterwards get close. You might want to get your Electroshock Grubs Thorax Swarm thing as well. This Predator tank's going to be a menace otherwise. Got to deal with it. Got to spend to deal with it. Terminator Force Commander. Look at the damage to those Raveners from that Flamer. Being tied up though, Swarm Lord is here. Provides a speed and reinforcement synapse, as well as some nasty combat abilities and a self-heal, which also drains health off enemies. It's pretty good. Terminator Force Commander runs away. Tank getting shots and can now maybe chase the Tyrant Guard down here. It will be a risk, because things could get on the rear armor. Might be going for it though. There's a shield wall. It could kill it in shield wall, but has now spotted, I think, the Venom Brood coming in with their anti-vehicle venom cannons, and they will do a lot of damage to a Predator tank. Oh, really? Swarm Lord came... I assumed the Swarm Lord was going to try and get a flank there. But nope. Dreadnought on the way for DarkHero. Maybe we'll see a multi-melter. Maybe 2020 will be the year of the multi-melter. We've already seen a couple of them. Time to burn some xenos. I guess maybe we're going to see this kept in melee then. There's the Dark Age of technology. Hugo the Hive Tyrant goes down. Swarm Lord getting in there. There's the Leech Essence. Draining health, giving it to the Swarm Lord. And the Dreadnought comes in with 100 heavy melee DPS. Scares off the Swarm Lord for now. Especially with the Predator support. 136 to 309. Swarm Lord's so bad, says the RiceMuncher. Not a fan of this thing then, I guess. I think it's cool. Got 4 bone swords. 4. How many swords do you want? I think it's going to be okay here. Yeah, it should be alright. Probably. Hugo's being repurchased. DarkHero continues to stream forward here. They want to finish off the Swarm Lord, maybe. Venom Cannon and Venom Brood need to run away. There's an Orbital. And that was an Emperor's Wrath. Emperor's Fist, sorry. Uh-oh. I wonder if that'll wipe out the Venom Brood. Tyrant Guard could also go down here. The Venom Brood live. They do live. I think the Hormagaunt's wiped out. Tyrant Guard is also down. 136 to 271. And this is... oh, reinforcement for the Stern Guard. Okay. They are trying a base rush here. Making... what is this? Making short work of the base turret things with the heavy flamer, as you can see. But the Venom Brood is still here. And they're getting shots in. This Ravener Brood is done for, though, I think. Maybe. Are you going to reinforce, guys? I need to keep moving. Oh, Dreadnought didn't hit it. Dreadnought did not hit it. Force Commander's focusing on the base spore mine launcher things. Swarm Lord's got him now, though, tied up. And Hugo goes after the Dreadnought. It is a Dreadnought with melee resistance, of course, and 1,500 hit points at level 1 because of this upgrade. Meanwhile, RiceMuncher's stuff are capping. Well, those guys aren't, but these guys are. And they do have their Thorax Swarm. Down goes Hugo again. Triple cap, though, for RiceMuncher. Is DarkHero going to regret this base rush? They're not going to get the whole base, I don't think. Dreadnought is still around, now level 2. Scouts are repairing the tank, though. Those guys are repairing the Dreadnought. Okay. Venom Brood lived, so did the Raveners, but has nothing to reinforce with. Swarm Lord is healthy. Predator tank getting us big shots in. Yep, I mean, you are seeing a bunch of capping here. Looks like now DarkHero has realised, hey, we need some VPs. Oh, that was Blade Flurry. Took a massive chunk off the Dreadnought and down it goes. This guy needs to be careful, though. Terminator Force Commander still in play. It's been so tough. Trying to just get away is the Swarm Lord. Some Synapse explosions. Didn't affect the Swarm Lord, though, I think. Since he has a big old Synapse himself. 136 to 135. Evened up on VPs 2-1 here, though, still for RiceMuncher. DarkHero continues with the base rush. Swarm Lord still lives. Predator tanks almost level 3. Is Hugo going to go down again? Does go down again. Power fists are bad. Bad for your health. And here's some Terminators now for DarkHero. Can they finish off the Tyranids here? Raveners. Oh, killed some Tactical Marines. DarkHero forgot about those guys. And Raveners are going to get that cat. Certainly not over yet. Now actually attacking the base. You guys going to get an upgrade. We might see the Cyclone missile launch from these guys to help finish off the Swarm Lord. Nope, they're going for an assault cannon. Oh, it's cancelled. Scouts doing some repairs. Stern Guard now level 3. Should be using their vengeance rounds against the HQ there, I think. It's biding his time and capping stuff. I told you, says DarkHero, but gotta get the VPs, buddy. Don't think you're gonna be able to finish this. It's gonna take you so long to shoot this thing down. Do they have a Tyraniid formation? They do. So they can use that to stop the cap later on. There's the Cyclone Missile Launcher Barrage. There's the Tyraniid formation. Big chunk off the tank. And there's the Electroshock Grubs. Can they get it here? I think they can. A few more hits from the Swarm Lord, maybe. That was the Warrior Brood getting wiped out. It's going to be so close. Swarm Lord can't quite path up to it. It's still slowed down, man. That lasts for ages. Got taken out there. It's a big win for RiceMuncher. DarkHero can't replace it. Now fighting some Terminators. They do have Power Fist, but the Swarm Lord is a beast in melee. Now goes after the Force Commander. So does Hugo the Hive Tyrant. He's had enough of this fella. Seems very excited to get some melee attacks in there. Level 3 Ravener Brood eating some missiles. That was pretty painful. They're going to wipe out, I think. Oh, maybe not. I thought those guys were going into melee. They could have finished off that Ravener Brood. Little mistake there from DarkHero. And the mistake losing the Tactical Marines here. They might add up. Double cap for RiceMuncher. Getting some Gene Stealers. Pretty good choice. Against all this heavy and super heavy infantry, of course. Oh, they still have the Warrior Brood. They didn't wipe out. But they can't get their adrenal glands now that they have Thorax Swarm. One model there's enough to cap. Terminator's down to 2 models. Stern Guard taking a natural back, so it's a 2-to-1 for DarkHero. Not for long though, they are going to change hands, I think. Gene Stealer's in play. Melee superiority unit, but they need to get past a whole bunch of shotguns first. And without number, pulls it in. Upgraded Termagants on Hormagaunts in tier 3, that's on a global bar. All of a sudden, massive numerical advantage for RiceMuncher. As it should be for some Tyranids, I think. What's this? It's another drop pod. It's just a reinforcing one. Made good use of that in this game, has DarkHero. But is it enough here? Hugo is looking healthy and looking tough. Has the bonded exoskeleton now. Swarm Lord is draining health off everyone. He's been pretty awesome, I think. Takes out a scout. Now wants to tie this guy up. Yep, stop that flame of flaming. So tough, this Terminator Force Commander. Looks like he's going to get away, maybe. Swarm Lord's a decent chaser. It's quite quick. Has quick melee attacks, though, rather than slow, really hard-hitting ones, which are favourable when you're chasing things, because you only get a few hits, eh? Cyclones. Only a couple hit the Swarm Lord, though, I think. Is that a single Warrior Brood model chasing off some scouts? Oh, Ravener was there as well. Triple cap for RiceMuncher. I think they have this. Base rush turned out not to be worth it. It was hella fun, though. Where does fire come from? That was you. Cleansing Flame. Double cap. They can cap this, but it's not going to be enough. And RiceMuncher gets it. Tyranids victorious. The Hive Tyrant was level 5. And of course, the Terminator Force Commander in there. Did pretty damn well. Really strong start from DarkHero. Played it smart. Tried to go for the fancy finish of taking down the HQ. Didn't quite work out. And RiceMuncher stayed in the game. Didn't panic. Didn't give up. And gets the win. It was a fun one though. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.